Welcome to A Square Maths Made Easy Academy. Now this is my third question under trigonometry, and this trigonometry also deals with what we call inverse of what? Trigonometry. Now I want you to critically, for you to understand this particular question perfectly, watch my previous video, my last video on what? Trigonometry. If you observe this, you find out that this question is somehow similar to the last question I solved my last video, and we're able to solve it. The answer was not in the word option. But if you agree with me now, look at it now, there is another shift in the word question. Now I want you to observe this. Look up. If CSC theta, which is cosec theta, is what? 2, and pi over 2 is less than or equal to theta, less than or equal to what? Pi. Then the question says cos theta is what? Dash. Can you see this one is talking about cos what? Theta. What is cos theta? Now I want you to observe this. Don't just be in a hurry just to watch, but I want you to reflect back in my last video on that trigonometry. So just type in trigonometry. You will see my first video will pop up, then you watch it. Are you with me now? Now what we are going to observe there is that, remember, they have given this in radian also. Pi over 2 is less than or equal to theta, less than or equal to what? Pi. Oh my goodness, I've told you before, if you are converting radians to degree or degrees to radian, the formula is always pi rad is what? 180 degrees. So which means with this now, I can decide to know the quadrant this particular angle falls. Anywhere we see pi, remove it and introduce what? 180. This is pi. I will now say 180 all over what? 2 degrees, less than or equal to theta, less than or equal to, this is pi. Pi is what? 180. If you work it forward, you can agree with me that 2 can go into 180 to give you what? 90 degrees. So less than or equal to theta, less than or equal to 180 degrees. Can you observe this, that now this less than or equal to 180 degrees means that the angle falls on second what? Quadrant. Second what? Quadrant. So what do we do? Now let us bring out the question. The question says CLC is now equal to 2. And this CLC, remember what I told you, is cosec what? Theta is now equal to what? 2. Now how do we know this is the inverse of cosec? I've told you what you should do. You exempt the first letter, exempt the second letter, the third letter determines what you are looking for, and it is what? S. So which means cosec x is 1 over what? Sine theta, because that word x means sine. Sine what? Theta. Then it's now equal to 2. Call this over 1. Cross what? Multiply. This 2 times sine theta will give you 2 what? Sine theta. Are you there? Then equal to 1 times 1 will give you what? 1. My target is to make sine theta subject of the formula. I divide by the coefficient, which is 2, divide by 2, divide by what? 2. Can you observe that 2 down will cancel 2 what? Up. It remains what? Watch. What does it, what is remaining is sine what? Theta. Now sine theta is now equal to 1 over 2. Sine theta is what? 1 over 2. Make theta subject of the formula. Now theta becomes what? Sine what? Inverse of what? 1 over 2. Oh my goodness, how do we generate this theta now? That will now lead us to what we call spatial what? Angle. Don't forget I did it in my last video. Call this 60 degrees. The up one is what? 30 degrees. I've told you that this up one vertical is always sod 3. Sod what? 3. The longest length is always 2, and the down one is always what? 1. Then the question is, how am I going to generate 1 over 2? Based on sine. Based on what? Sine. If I take this angle now, I cannot get 1 over 2. So which means I'm going to take the upper one, which is 30 degrees. If here is 30 degrees, here is my opposite, right? And this is what? Hypotenuse. Are you there? And this is what? Adjacent. Can you see that life is easy here? What am I trying to emphasize here? I will now say sine what? 30 degree is what? Opposite all over what? Hypotenuse. Now what is the word opposite? The value is 1. And the hypotenuse is what? 2. Remember that now. I will now try to say that sine what? 30 degrees is equal to 1 over 2. Make 30 degrees subject of the formula. It will now say 30 degree is something as sine inverse. Sine what? Inverse of 1 over 2. Am I communicating? Can you reflect that this is sine inverse of 1 over 2? This is theta. This is theta. Which means the value of theta now is already 30 degrees. Now I want us to look at how to solve the problem that we're looking for. Watch. Now the question now says, I want to take you back. Look at the question. The question now says this. Cosec theta is dash. Oh, so let's now solve for cosec what? Theta. The question say is what? Dash. Don't forget that the value of theta is already 30 degrees. Are you with me now? So which means if we substitute down, I will say cos 30 degrees is what? Which I don't know. Remember that cos theta means adjacent. Are you there? All over what? Hypotenuse. I will now draw again the spatial angle. The what? Spatial what? Angle. Remember I said this is 60, right? And this is 30 what? Degree. This is always square root 3. This is always 2. And this is always what? 1. How can we generate? We are looking for 30 degree. Are you with me? Which means you are considering the up angle. So it means that this one is opposite. This one is what? Adjacent. And the longest side is what? Hypotenuse. With this, we can get what we are looking for. I will now say, cos what? 30 degrees is now equal to, look at adjacent. Adjacent is sod 3. Is what? Sod 3. Over what? Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is what? 2. Now, this could have been the answer. Don't be in a hurry to just conclude that the answer is sod 3 over what? 2. Now, but let us consider the angle that it falls. Oh my goodness, watch this. Oh my goodness, this is the angle that it what? Falls. Now, it means that it falls on second what? Quadrant. Don't forget what I said in my last video. All students take what? Coke. This is called second what? Quadrant. Can you observe that in second, I say all students take what? Coke. In second quadrant, we are dealing with x. And x is what? Sine theta, which is positive. But what here we are dealing is what? Cos. It means that cos here is what? Negative. And we now say, therefore, cos what? 30 degrees is now equal to, what is the answer? Put that minus here. Why? Because under second quadrant, cos is what? Negative. I will now say minus sod what? 3. Sod what? 3. All over what? 2. And that is the answer. Let's check the option. Wow. Option A says 1 over 2. No. Option B says minus 1 over 2. No. Option C says what? Minus 3 over 2. Yes. And this one is what? No. So which means the correct answer is option what? C. Have I made myself clear? Now see you more in my next video. Thank you so much.